We're in the Toyota Crown Hybrid Max. I've been driving it all week to take my kids to school. I did my initial review on it. Go ahead and watch that. This video is going to focus more exclusively on the powertrain as well as the fuel economy. As you can see on the MID on the left, you can see that it's averaging, according to the computer calculations, a little over 30 miles per gallon. I have reset that a couple times because I feel like I've been getting better than 30 miles per gallon. That's just what my gut's telling me. But we're on our way to the gas station. We're gonna see what the pump is gonna tell us. Now, keep in mind, this is the upgraded powertrain for the Crown. It's 340 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque. You can get more power and torque out of it if you put premium fuel in here, 91 to 93. You're going to get a little bit better acceleration. You'll get a little bit better fuel economy in theory as well. But the entry-level powertrain for the Crown is the 2.5 liter 4th gen hybrid system that we see in the RAV4 hybrid, for example. It is rated at 41 miles per gallon on the Toyota Crown. All right, now this also has, this Crown Platinum can only be had with the 21-inch wheels. 21-inch wheels, well, they're not going to be the most energy / fuel efficient. All right, you see that with EVs, they put on bigger wheels. The more money you spend on the trim levels on an EV and the range goes down. All right, so it's no different here on a gas car or a hybrid car. Your fuel economy is going to go down as you put bigger rotating mass wheels on here. You see I'm driving in comfort mode right now. We have a few different driving modes. It's too sporty in sport mode for me. Normal's fine, but I like, since we have adaptive dampers here, I do like driving in comfort mode, which has a more relaxed drivetrain response as well. I can't drive in eco mode. It just feels like I have to floor the pedal. I have to do a lot of work with the pedal just to get the vehicle moving. Maybe in theory you could get the best fuel economy in eco mode, but at the cost of me pulling my hair out because the pedal just acts like I'm not pressing on it at all. Now what's interesting, you see on the gauge on the left on the MID over here, it's a hybrid and it maxes out at the calculations, at least from what I can see. Obviously it goes above that because it says 0.4 here, but it maxes out at around 30 miles per, or exactly at 30 miles per gallon on the little gauge. And so it's interesting, Toyota makes a hybrid that doesn't focus really on fuel economy. It gets okay fuel economy, as we'll find out here in a little bit, but in theory it should be getting better fuel economy in my estimations. Yes, we get 340 horsepower and it downshifts and it goes. It has almost electric car propulsion when it gets downshifted into the correct gear. There are 6 gears here. We're gonna pull into Sam's Club here and fill up and talk about our results, but you know, you get this powertrain not for the fuel economy. If you want fuel economy, you get the limited. But what if this powertrain can actually get better fuel economy than it's rated for? I've been driving, I would say, about 80% city. Oh my gosh, we have a line to get gas, and that's okay, right? Because I'm in a hybrid. The engine will turn off if it needs to. However, compared to, let's say, the normal hybrid and the limited or the XLE model, the engine runs here a lot more. However, the engine, like it just turned off, and I had to look at this little EV icon here to let me know that the engine turned off. So I'm not a big fan of this 2.4 by itself, even though, you know, some of you guys swear by it in the Lexus TX. To me, I'd rather have a hybrid in the TX or a hybridized version of the 2.4, which this is. This is a 2.4 turbo with a hybrid system. Obviously, 1 electric motor up front, 6-speed automatic. This is unique in that all Toyota's other hybrids until recently have had an eCVT. This is a 6-speed auto. So instead of a dual motor hybrid up front, we have 2 motors in here, except only 1 motor's up front. It produces around 81 horsepower at max tilt, over 200 pound-feet of torque. And then you have an e-axle in the back that's always on. Anytime you're driving, that e-axle always has juice flowing to it, which is good for instant response. but it's going to take a toll on fuel economy as a result because it's always hungry for energy. There's no way to disconnect this rear motor, let's say on highways, for better fuel efficiency. The rear motor back here is rated at, I think, 78 horsepower, something like that, and 124 pound-feet of torque. It's essentially the same motor that we see in the BZ4X all-wheel drive model, except they have, well, just two electric motors. We have two electric motors here, one powering the front wheels alongside the gasoline engine. The gasoline engine only powers the front wheels in addition to this electric motor, and they both go through the 6-speed automatic. All right, this one is not tied to the 6-speed automatic in the back. It's always running by itself in a single speed gear. And as a result, I mean, it sounds super complex, which it kind of is. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of components here. I haven't even mentioned the battery. The battery is a 1.15, I believe, nickel metal hydride, kilowatt hour nickel metal hydride battery, bipolar that we see in the RX 500H, for example. That's going to add weight to this vehicle. The 6-speed auto up here is going to add weight. The turbocharge and all the extra plumbing on this engine is adding weight. So I'm going to go put on the screen how much more weight this weighs than a limited hybrid. I want to say it's like 300 pounds more, and you feel it when you drive. You feel the heft of this vehicle when you brake. You feel the heft of this vehicle when you're handling. Even though it handles quite well and it accelerates exceedingly well for the weight of this vehicle, but it comes at a cost, and that is driving dynamics. Luckily, like I said, we have this guy. I wonder if he owns this Mission Barbecue. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. He has on his Corolla 2 Mission Barbecue bumper stickers next to his American flag, next to some red reflectors. He also has a Tennessee Volunteer sticker and another American flag sticker. People and their stickers on their cars. I think stickers on cars are pretty obnoxious, but hey, it's America. You do you on your own property. Hey-o, gas is under $3 a gallon right now where I live, which I don't remember the last time that has happened. $2.96 per gallon. All right, so we put in 4.737 gallons. We've driven 178.8 miles this week, and we're dividing that 4.737. Holy cow! That's much better fuel economy than what the clock is calculating. 37.7, so my gut was right. At least, hey, that's how much fuel I put in. I'm very happy with those results. And I'm gonna put on the screen what the tank size is here, multiplied by 37.7. I would say 80% of my driving has been in town, which is gonna benefit a hybrid. And I've been trying to drive this conservative. I wanted to see how good a fuel economy. Now, 37.7 is not that impressive, right? Okay, that's also something that's really annoying, is that the parking sensors on here are really, really loud. But 37.7 miles per gallon. It is rated at 29 in the city. It's actually supposed to get better fuel economy on the highway, which doesn't surprise me, because when I took this on the highway, it didn't seem like it was coming that far off of the 30 miles per gallon bar. It looked like it was pegged the whole time. Oh, there's the parking sensors going off again. 37.7 miles per gallon. Oh my gosh. And every time I go to silence it, it goes away. So knowing that this can get much better fuel economy than what it's rated at, it does help me a little bit psychologically say like, hey, this is, let's go ahead and reset trip A. There we go. This is a better powertrain than what it looks like on paper. It looks great on paper in terms of the power and the torque, right? 340 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. It's fantastic from a performance aspect, but again, that's mainly straight line performance, because this vehicle has to work harder to brake. It just feels a little bit heavier when you really push it in the turns. Man, Sam's Club is busy. I have a generator that I wanted to return. I'm going to try to return it. And oh no, they're going to back into the spot I wanted. Okay, shoot. Maybe, is there anyone behind me? That's a great thing about a 360 camera. I guess you have mirrors for that. But let's see if I can sneak past this Chevy Volt here. Oh man, it's pretty tight. I don't want to push it. The camera says I'm good, but I don't want to push it. But anyways, it's great to have a 360 camera here. Yeah, I don't know if I would have, I'm still really close to that volt. I look like an idiot right now. I probably look just as bad, actually worse than that QX80 over there. There we go. There we go. We got it that time. I look like a complete novice, but I'm also filming at the same time, which shouldn't affect my parking skills. There we go. That's a pretty decent parking job as we back up next to a Model 3. All right, 37 miles per gallon. Maybe I should just cut myself off. It's redeemed itself. This powertrain has redeemed itself because I'm like, yes, you're getting more performance, but if you're only getting 30 miles per gallon when the standard model gets 40 miles per gallon, and still pretty good performance. Now, what does this also offer in terms of powertrain compared to, let's say, the limited model? It's smoother. I'll give it that. It's smoother 90% of the time. Every once in a while, this transmission has hiccups, especially under hard braking. You'll get a really hard downshift from like second to first. You'll also get every once in a while some shuddering on the upshifts, but it's like hard, it's impossible to replicate. Like, I haven't experienced any hard shifting today, but there are days that I've had this, I've had it about a week. There are days where I experience multiple hard shifts and multiple shuddering, regardless of whether the engine's warmed up or not. And so it's just like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I think Toyota has a really nice powertrain here. It can be benefited by a few things, okay, with future generations. All right, just take out all the bugs of the transmission so it's smooth all the time. The performance of it is great. The engine here I have no issues with, the 2.4 liter. It's pretty much vibration free. It's super duper smooth here compared to, let's say, in the Highlander turbo, for example. All right. The electric motors need to be downsized, and Toyota and their suppliers is working on downsizing their motors to make them, one, more efficient, but also lighter weight. This hybrid could really benefit from that. And also this nickel metal hydride battery. Yes, it's cheap for Toyota to stick with nickel metal hydride, but imagine, I mean, a lithium ion, let alone a solid state lithium ion battery in here to reduce the weight and improve the performance and fuel economy. I mean, this hybrid, it feels like it's almost in beta testing, where the limited hybrid, it is like super refined. You know what you're going to get. It always behaves exactly the same as the day before. It's just that there's a new 5th gen hybrid that is not available, and the Crown is only available in the Camry so far, which is quite bizarre because the new Camry's been out for about a year. No other vehicle has a 5th gen hybrid. The new RAV4 will, but that has been delayed, and we won't get that probably till about a year from this, so late 2025. The new RAV4, as this lady's loading up her RAV4. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the comments. 37 miles per gallon in the Hybrid Max here. Beat my expectations. I thought it was going to be the low to mid 30s. It's more like upper 30s. And there have been times I've just put pedal to the metal here and accelerated heavily. But for the most part, it's been maximizing the fuel economy, keeping up with traffic, and just enjoying this mostly smooth hybrid powertrain from Toyota with this Hybrid Max. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the comments. Peace out.